grabbed. He was slow in getting rid of it. Burke appeals for holding the man. Dicko. Dixon right in front of the players' race. Kicks it just wide enough for somebody, if they can mark it, to have a good shot at the sticks. Nobody could mark it. Clark couldn't pick it up either. Clark was grabbed when not in possession. He was impeded in his advance to the ball. It's his free kick. 14-5 Melbourne, Essendon 9-8, 89-62. It's 27 points the difference.
This is Jack Clark, Essendon skipper, kicks it out towards the centre wing. Hassaman's in position and has marked the ball.
Melbourne certainly have got Essendon's measure the way things are going now.
They certainly have, and they're playing with tons of confidence, and everything that they try seems to be coming off quite well.
Timms is there, dropped the centre mark, but plays on, kicks it off the ground out towards Somerville. Tony Anderson is there. Somerville gets his way around two players, kicks it down towards the centre half-forward position, where a great falling mark has been taken by Crompton at centre half-back. A real catch from this interstate cricketer. He kicks it out towards the centre wing position, looking for Brian Dixon. Dixon's been very quiet all day. Gets it on the ground, then gets his way around to 80. He's caught with the ball, but he plays on. Strong play by Dixon. Gets it up towards the half-forward line. Bagg has the ball knocked away by Davis. Townsend is there, grabbed by Clark. Gets his kick and it's going straight towards Bagg. Bagg plays on. Gets a left foot kick up towards the forward line. Paul Doran is there and so is Burke. Burke plays on, has the ball, runs around. Then he's grabbed. He's not in possession of the ball.
Free kick.
And it's a no doubt in the world that umpire Nunn will pay the free kick to Barry Burke, who was the full forward for Melbourne, and Barry Burke has already kicked 2 goals.
We've been playing for 6.5 minutes into this final quarter. Melbourne have a score right in front of the sticks here through Burke. The score is 14-5 to 9-8. Melbourne already in front by 27 points. It's been a great exhibition of football by both sides, but Melbourne certainly have Essendon's measure. This is of great credit to them because Essendon have gone pretty well unchallenged for a season and a half now as the league's best side. Today is not a good day for them, but it's a perfect day for Melbourne. Burke misses another. He has scored 2 goals, could have easily been 5.
Essendon looked like suffering their second crushing defeat in a row, and it's certainly going to cost them the double chance. There's the kick out, and high above the pack is Sampson. Umpire Nunn hasn't seen it, and he's going to call and ball it up. It's on the half-forward line for Melbourne. Bad luck for Sampson. He bounces the ball. Sampson goes against Lord. Neither win the knockout. The ball is on the ground. Timms is there for Essendon. Gets a left foot to it. Kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. Louis Adams is there, but he's outmarked, I think, by Capuano, and it's going to be a free kick to Capuano as Adams tries to get... He puts his head right into the middle of the mud patch. Free kick to Capuano. On his mark is Louis Adams. Oh, Capuano cleverly dodges around Adams, and then he drives it down towards the forward position. Johnson is there. High above the pack is Rhett. Rhett gets a right foot to it, but it's badly directed and is out of bounds.
Well, Essendon are not playing with any poise at all now. They're run ragged completely up on the forward line, and on their back line, Melbourne seem to be doing what they like because they've opened up the play tremendously well.
There's the throw-in knocked away by Miller. Trying to pick it up was Townsend. Miller is there again. 16 is Johnson. He's with the ball, but umpire Bob Nunn says that he will ball it up. It's no more than 20 yards from the Essendon goal. 32-28 points in front, Melbourne. And there's the knockdown by Miller. It's straight towards Doc Rowett. Rowett kicked it out towards the centre half-back position. Capuano is in front of Adams, but Adams goes up, knocked to the head. Capuano plays on brilliantly, gets the ball. Now Adams comes in. He's caught by Capuano, and that's as good football by Capuano. He will receive a free kick against Adams for holding the ball.
I'd say that Bluey Adams' reign as the fastest player in league football is being hotly challenged now by players of the kind of Capuano and Johnson of the Essendon team. They can really move. Capuano's kick into the full forward pocket. Can anybody mark it? Somerville tried but couldn't. Rowett knocked away by Taz Johnson. Dixon tackled by Brown, gets his kick in as usual. The ball coming up to the half-back flank for Melbourne on the members' side. It's a long way from anybody. Now Blue chips in. He's tackled by Bagg. A free kick to Essendon's Russell Blue, pushing the back from Barry Bagg. 14-6 to 9-8. A great score by Melbourne in a great match against Essendon. Essendon will tumble from top position. Melbourne will stay in the 4. Rhett, I think, punched it out there. Fordham pushed down by Massey. Fair push in the side. Evidently not according to the umpire.
Well, I disagree with this decision of umpire Nuns, because there's no doubt in my mind that Barassi pushed him in the side.
Well, I disagree with Ian Cleland, because I thought that was an unfair bump and the ball was not within 5 yards.
Fordham is at centre-half forward. Getting the distance. It's a goal, I think. No, Melbourne just scoop it out in the nick of time. Bad luck for Fordham. Comes down to Brown. He's taken the mark on the half-forward flank. Coleman agitated on the bench. That's over for a point.
At the 11-minute mark in the last quarter, Melbourne 14-6-90, leading Essendon 9-9-63.
Massey. Miller bumps Sampson out of the way and gets the free kick, which he deserves. The Melbourne infringement gives a free kick to Essendon. They're in front of the member stand. Terrific drop kick by Sampson, going to within 15 yards of goal. Lay for Melbourne, kicks it right back to where Sampson kicked it from. Oh, Dixon's mark. A player and a half, this boy. Kicks into Brown. Brown recovers nicely to gain possession of the ball and boot it back right onto the line in front of the member stand, and it bounces nicely for Lay of Melbourne. Now he's harassed by Rhett. Rhett seems to be a weak link in Essendon's play up there, and it's a free kick. He's given a free kick to Lay now.
We haven't had a very happy day on the half-forward flanks today, and Melbourne's half-back line has proved too strong for it.
Here's the kick. Davis tries to take it away from Hassaman, but it's over the boundary line. Last week, Geelong's half-back line had 54 kicks, and Essendon's half-forward line, bar Fraser, is again being bathed today. Coleman's big worry. Coming through strongly is Fordham. He's grabbed by Keneally. It's going to be a free kick to Fordham. It's on the centre wing position. Essendon are lagging behind by half-forward line. Shelton is there. Knocks the ball away from Lloyd, but Townsend is there. Gets a left foot to it, but he is brushed aside by Shaw as he kicks, and it puts him off direction, out of bounds.
14-6 Melbourne. That's 90 points to Essendon's 9-9-63. Melbourne in front by 27 points. That's better than 4 goals. We've had almost half of the final quarter, and Essendon don't look like having the spirit to revive at this stage. Johnson from the half-back line for Essendon kicks to the half-forward line. It's a mark in the middle there to Fordham, who's popped right into the play a lot in the last 10 minutes. He was defending well in the first quarter when Essendon's defence was subject to a tirade. This is Anderson with the ball. He's been quiet for Melbourne. Capuano missed it. Adams picks it up one hand and clears despite opposition from Payne. The ball going out towards Alec Eppes, who's on the half-forward line almost against Groom. Eppes goes down, quickly gets back. Anderson gives it across to Groom, but it goes to Clark instead. Nice handball here from Clark to Eppes, and Eppes from the half-forward line gets it into the full forward pocket. A mark in front. Now, I think that's Somerville. No, it's Payne.
Charlie Payne has kicked 1 goal for Essendon out of the 9 that have been kicked. He is within kicking distance, but as you can see, the angle is very acute. Charlie Payne runs in, has a shot for goal. Rhett is in front, but the ball is cleverly knocked over the line by Lay, and it's 1 more point to Essendon to make them 9-10.
I don't think the Dons can catch up to this great Melbourne side here today. Taking nothing away from Melbourne, they've been the far superior side all day. They've played well, they've won in most positions, and they look like taking this game out quite handsomely to stay in the big Final 4.
Our long Jeans watch tell us it's 14.5 minutes into the last quarter, and Melbourne are 26 points in front. And there we see a good mark taken by Lay again. Surely one of Melbourne's best defenders all day. Playing a great game for Melbourne in a half-back flank. Kicks it up wide towards the centre wing position. Sampson and Shelton are setting themselves, and it's Shelton playing a really good game at centre half-back for Essendon. held his own in this position for a majority of the game as he drives it down towards the centre half-forward position, looking for Fraser. Rowett tries a one-hander, picked up by Adams. Adams kicks it up towards the half-forward line. One-hander by Lord is not effective, but he plays on, gets it, handballs it straight to Relic Eppers. And then Eppers turns and kicks it down towards the half-forward line, but we see Bluey Adams get off the ground and take a well-judged mark in the centre of the ground. Melbourne well in command of the game at exactly halfway mark. 15 minutes gone, and Adams drives it up towards the forward line, where we see Johnson getting the ball, plays on, told what to do by skipper Clark, puts it on the ground once, drives it up towards the full forward position. Compton is there for Melbourne. Takes it away over the pack, gets his kick and kicks it out wide towards the half-forward flank, and it's all Melbourne. Leading in the race for the ball is Tassie Johnson and Adams. Adams gets the ball, drives it out towards Keneally, who has left Mackenzie for dead, and Keneally has made position very well on the half-forward flank. He drives it up towards the full-forward position, looking for Burke. Doran's in front, coming over the back is Bagg, and umpire Nunn is going to pay the mark to Bagg. David Shaw and Paul Doran hotly contesting the decision, but it is a mark to Barry Bagg.
Melbourne 26 points in front and a chance to be 32 as Vagg's drop punt kick goes dangerously close to a goal. It is a goal and Melbourne can do nothing wrong today. A goal to Barry Vagg.
And that's Barry Vagg's second goal.
And everything's coming very easy to Melbourne. And the best players in this game for Melbourne, John Lord, Barassi, Emsel, Lay, Keneally, and for Essendon are Davis, Shelton, Doran, Clark and Fraser.
Five goals, 2 in front. Melbourne and running right away from Essendon, who are in the doldrums. The ball is bounced. Mackenzie knocks it straight towards Timms. Timms gets it down towards the half-forward line. Rowett misjudges the ball, kicked off the ground by Crompton. It's coming out towards Johnson and Lay. Johnson goes down, so does Lay, gives the ball across to Rhett. Rhett can't pick it up. Johnson's battling on again as umpire Nunn calls for it and will ball it up. We're almost 17 minutes into the last quarter.
Score 15-6 to 9-10, Melbourne's favour. Free kick here. Lay relays it to Miller, and Miller quickly gets on with the business and passes to Hassaman, who can't mark. In behind Blue, but Hassaman still contesting it. Now it's Dixon. He won't let Melbourne down. Dixon's kick is onto the half-forward line. No marks here. Here's Barry Davis. Beautiful player. Davis kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Not quite. It's just this side of the half-forward line. Somerville comes down to meet it, gets hold of it too, gets rid of it towards Capuano, who misses it. Tim's coming through to help out. Essendon not saying die, you can bet on that. The ball shot passed by Timms to Fordham, who takes the mark. Fordham has had many kicks in the forward line in this quarter, but Essendon can't convert well-won opportunities. Melbourne's last line of defence playing superbly. The ball comes into the goal square. Look at that mark taken by Fraser, and he must score a goal from there. Time is running out for the Dons. 18 minutes of play gone in the final quarter. They are 5 goals, 2 behind. Fraser kicks a goal. Maybe that can revive Essendon to better things in the time remaining, but time and Melbourne's standard of play a little beyond them, I think.
Fraser has kicked 2 goals for Essendon, who are 10 goals 10, trailing Melbourne 15 goals 6.
Well, Melbourne have shown more pace all day here today. They've won well from the rucks. The Rovers have been more positive. They've been able to deliver the ball down forward more accurately than the Essendon players. They've tackled hard and their players been directly down the ground, whereas Essendon have played around the flanks too often and frittered away many chances.
The Melbourne trainer is going out into the goal mouth down there. Let's have a look and see what he's saying. They're waiting for a ball. Yes, he's talking to Bob Miller there. What would you think the instruction might be, Jeff?
I'd say that he wanted to get that another ball from out here from Norm Smith or someone very quickly.
Don't think that. What? I think he was telling Bob Miller that if he let Fordham get another kick, because he's had about half a dozen in this quarter, that Norm isn't very pleased with him. That's Hugh McLaughlin out. Huey McPherson, rather, having a word with Taz Johnson. Barassi. Barassi hand passes beautifully to Dixon. Great combination here. Left foot kick onto the half-forward line, gets past Eppers, taken by Berkey, handballs to Groom. Groom so fast he'll get a kick. Groom kicks for goal from 30 yards out, but it's right across the face of the sticks. And it's out of bounds. 15-6 to 10-10, 96 to 70.
There's 20 minutes of play gone in the last quarter, and we see Timms going for the ball with Lord. A good knock by Timms. Vagg is there, and so is Brown. Brown hits the ball in front of him, but it's over the boundary line and out of bounds before Dixon can pick it up. Brown, a new player for Essendon, and doing quite well because he's up against a very talented player in Dixon. There's them throw-in. Timms at the back knocks it down, but it's picked up by MCG. Gives it across to Tassie Johnson. Tassie Johnson slams for the goal. And how far, Melbourne?
I wonder, will Norm Smith relax now? All was pent up, all was wound up like a watch during a game. It's not until a position like this is reached that I think he even breathes.
16 goals, 6. Umpire Nunn bounces the ball. We see ball knocked by Mackenzie. Barassi handballs it out to the open spaces, going towards Groom. Groom gives it across to Adams, and Melbourne are coming again. Adams kicks it into the goal square. The ball is bouncing towards Keneally. Can he get there? 17 goals, 6 to 10-10.
All the Don supporters are weeping tears of blood now, and there's a lot of people leaving this ground. I presume that they are mostly Essendon supporters because they've got no hope in this game now. The Demons have taken the game completely in control, and they'll run out very easy winners.
Let's check on the brains trusts, the John Coleman camp and the Norm Smith camp. All quiet there. You can just make Coleman out. Norm Smith, I think, is sitting pretty easy. There he is. Here's the bounce up now. Lord knocked away to Timms. Oh, Timms is still going with it. Into the full forward pocket. A disputed mark here. Play on, says the umpire. Play on. No, he doesn't say play on. He's given it to Crompton. Number 5 for Melbourne, Neil Crompton, interstate cricketer, has the ball. He succeeds players like Beckwith and co for Melbourne in the back pocket. Comes up onto the line where Townsend, who's played well today, has taken the mark. Townsend on the half-back line in front of the member stand, kicks it up the Olympic wing. Up goes Tassie Johnson, who kicked the last goal for Melbourne, and he takes the mark. He's just 15 yards down the fence from Norm Smith, and he boots the ball in towards centre-half forward. Wants to have a word with Timms too, and Ken is again the big bad wolf of the game. Timms versus Lord. Lord takes it out of the air and punches it quickly out there towards Groom. Groom's very fast. Epps alongside him. Epps has the running of the ball at the moment, keeping him out. Then he goes down. Capuano helps Epps out and picks it up, but soon he's down. Groom comes in again, kicks it away from Capuano, and it's out towards Taz Johnson. Capuano on his wheel. Taz Johnson pulled down by Capuano. Somehow Doran gets hold of the ball and clears. It's out of bounds, and time ticks on. 17-6 Melbourne. The round 108 to Essendon 10-10-70.
23 minutes of play gone in the last quarter, and it's all over. Essendon will be third if Geelong and Hawthorn get beaten today, if Geelong and Hawthorn win today.
Three-quarter time score indications were that Hawthorn and Geelong would win. It would seem, therefore, that Essendon tumble to third position. Melbourne hold on to fourth place. John Lord, 50 yards from goal. Short passes, and out comes Townsend to take the mark. Clark and Mackenzie combined to put him in a half Nelson and a wrist lock, but he's got to get up and take the kick. Clark is spoken to by umpire Nunn. Townsend, 30 yards from goal. Oh, it's another goal to Melbourne. 18 goals, 6. 3 goals for every behind kicked.
3 goals to Lord, Emsel, Keneally, and 2 goals to Bagg and Townsend, and also Barry Burke. Essendon's main goal kickers in their score of 10-10, 2 to Johnson, Fraser and Jack Clark.
"28 goals kicked so far, and the majority, of course, by Melbourne. Russell Blue for the Dons. He's been a bit quiet today. He usually plays a lot better than this. Lay across to Dixon. Dixon's knocking up, getting kicks. He's put down late by Brown, and he's on the ground. The ball goes upfield and has been marked by Taz Johnson. The mark that Melbourne appealed for has been upheld by the man in white. The ball is coming back and will be taken by Keneally. Melbourne's Brian Keneally has kicked 3 goals. and a chance to kick 4. He's in front of the Olympic stand. He's 45 yards from goal.
We enter the time-on period now.
Keneally. It's swinging in. Melbourne, 19 goals, 6. Essendon, 10-10. And Jeff Leake is sitting here like a statue.
I'm like a statue, Tony. I'm speechless at this stage because this is something I cannot believe is happening, because I don't think Melbourne has beaten Essendon in a home-and-home game here since about 1958.
In the first quarter, Melbourne kicked 7-1. So far in this quarter, they've kicked 6 goals, 1. There's the bounce, and we see Sampson knock it down. It's going towards Shelton. Shelton's underneath, but Emsel comes in, and umpire Nunn says he will have it. 1 minute of time on has been played, and Melbourne are 19-6 to Essendon, 10-10.
A ruck infringement against John Lord. He's not happy to surrender the ball, but he's got to. He's saying some horrible things. And it's Brian Sampson's kick. A great feather in Melbourne's cap to have toppled the top team, because Essendon have proved over a season and a half for sure that they are the top team in the league. Fordham, Jimmy Carstairs the messenger, speaking to him. It's Fraser's kick on the half-forward flank. The ball in the goal square. They're trying to get it forward. Charlie Payne tries to soccer it off the ground. 1 flag only. And Townsend of Melbourne is coming off in front of the Melbourne race. Robbie has just come onto the field. He replaces him, number 28. The ball kicked onto the back lines.
There's Massey, kicks it out, and there's a good mark by Sampson, but it's a bit late in the game for these good marks by the Essendon men. They've failed since quarter time. He sees the lead from Charlie Payne. The ball is knocked away by Massey. Adams is there, coming through strongly now is Capuano. Adams picks the ball up, gets his kick before Payne can stop him, kicks it out to the centre wing, where we see a duel going on here between Groom and Epps, and umpire Nunn, who is well back in the centre of the ground, is going to rule a free kick to Groom.
Yes, and rightly so too.
Barassi coming up. Gets a great hand from the supporters, and he is naturally jubilant. It's been Melbourne's best win this year, I'd say. Up onto the forward lines comes the ball again. Hassaman takes another mark. The aerial work, the pace of the game, and the kicking by both sides has been terrific. But naturally, as the scores would indicate, Melbourne has been dominant. But Essendon can play better than this, and one is confident in saying that they will again before the year is out. Emsel's kick is through the middle of the pack, and if it had been 5 yards the other way, it could have been a goal.
The Dons defenders have had great trouble in trying to cope with the Essendon forwards. The Melbourne forwards today, Vag, Groom, they've been tremendous players.
Can we have a look right down the other end of the field where the cricketers come onto the field? All the kids are lined up, ready to sprint onto the arena. That mark is taken by Shelton. They're all poised. A couple of them are over the line. Dixon. Fraser with the ball on the half-forward line. Fraser for the Dons. Short passes on the forward line to Somerville. Somerville took some glorious marks in the first quarter, but he hasn't been sighted since then, really. His kick now is going into the goal square. Forced away by Massey, who is strong in defence. The ball is out of bounds.
There's a throw-in. We see Miller going for it, and Tim just won by Miller straight towards Clark. Clark's running into trouble, turns left, puts it across, but it's sharked by Leigh, who surely must be one of Melbourne's best players, as he kicks it towards the centre wing position. Oh, and there's a great mark by Barry Bagg, who took it with one hand. He is on the centre wing position. He drives it with a drop kick up towards the half-forward line, where we see David Shaw at the back try to mark it. Emsel is there, so is Dixon. The ball is on the ground. Shelton's on his knees, picked up by David Shaw, a left-foot kick. It's coming down towards Vag and Davis, but Davis is too tall and outmanoeuvres Vag to take the mark in the half-back flank. 3 minutes of time on has gone already as the ball comes down towards the half-forward line. Fordham takes the ball, handballs across to Fraser. Fraser's going into trouble, a push in the back, and the umpire says play on. Keneally picks the ball up and kicks it back to the centre wing position. Robbie is there, Davis over the top of him, Hassaman it was, and they're very much alike. And the ball comes over the centre line. Melbourne are well in command of the game at 19-7 to 10 goals 11.
The ball is thrown in directly across the centre. Lord, a double-handed knockdown towards Robbie, who missed it. Dixon picks it up and handballs to Hassaman. Hassaman on the back lines for Melbourne shoots the ball onto the half-forward flank on the Olympic stand wing. Bag behind appeals for the mark. There's no mark allowed here. This is Tyson who has come on. Tyson has given the mark. Tyson on as a reserve for Melbourne. Barassi went off. He's not injured. The ball behind the play is picked up by Shaw. Shaw for Essendon clears the ball directly across the full-back line. It's going into the pocket where Groom picks it up. He's still full of running. He kicks it Essendon's way. It's coming down towards Blue, and the mark is taken magnificently by young Robbie.
Robbie, who's only been on the ground some few minutes. Short pass, he gets a lead, and it's going straight to Kenny Amsel. A good mark by Amsel. Amsel has kicked 3 goals for Melbourne. He might be going to have a shot for his 4th. He's some 40 to 45 yards out on a pretty acute angle. You can see him, he's only from 5 or 6 yards inside the boundary line. Melbourne are already 19-7. There's the siren. Amsel's kick. Hit the post.